you ready to master the waves of medical device product development? Well, wax up your surfboard because you are listening to Inspired by Imua. And here is your medical device product development expert, that Hawaiian-hearted hostess who will help you hang 10, Meghan Alonso.
Komomai and aloha! You're listening to Inspired by Imua, where we help you master the waves of medical product development. Each week, we interview guests that educate, guide, and inspire to give you and your product the skills you need to hang 10. If this is your first time listening, Imua is spelled I-M-U-A, and it's a Hawaiian word. It means to advance forward with passion despite rough waves. There are plenty of those in medical product development, but keep listening because we've got you covered. So today, I'm going to break this down for you. I've got extra special birthday challenge for you. So my birthday is coming up June 11th, and last year I did something cool to celebrate, and same thing with this year. So this year, someone is going to be selected to get a pitch makeover. Or if you don't have a pitch, then I'll help you build a pitch. And how this is going to happen, there's going to be a contest for this. So I'll go through it during this episode, but I want you to do this right now if you haven't done this already. So the winner is going to be announced on June 12th, and I'm going to do a live Q&A podcast, and I'm going to announce the winner on that podcast. So what I mean by live Q&A podcast is go into Facebook right now and like the Imua Services page. So just type in Imua Services on Facebook. If you actually go to the Imua Services website, I have it linked directly there, so you can do it that way too. But anyway, like us on Facebook, you'll stay up to date with everything going on. And that's where that stream is going to happen. You know what a Facebook Live is by now, or if you don't, then you should. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be live June 12th, 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be taking your questions. So if you're not able to make that live show, that's fine. You don't have to be asking your questions real time, but I will post something on there that says, hey, this is when we're doing the podcast. Post your questions here if you know you're not going to make it. So anyway, about this contest, let's get into it. So to enter the contest, I want you to go to imua-services.com/B-Day pitch, like B-Day like a birthday, B-Day pitch. B as in boy, D-A-Y-P-I-T-C-H. So that's the address for it, imua-services.com/B-Day pitch. So here's what this is going to entail. So again, I covered this is a pitch makeover, or for someone that doesn't have a pitch, we're going to build you a pitch. Now, here's how the contest is going to work. If you're interested in pitching, then you've got to be comfortable with pitching. And you got to be comfortable making videos too. So what I want you to do, on that page, you'll see fields to enter your name and your email. And you're also going to enter a URL for a YouTube video. So you want to get on YouTube and you're going to make a video. Make sure that it's a public, you select public, and you're going to do that. And then put the URL where it says, if you scroll down to YouTube, you see share this video. Click on share. You'll grab that URL. You're going to copy and paste and then put it into that field. So what's going to happen from there is I will put a page up for you on my website. And so I'm going to have your pitch featured on my website, and I will let you know what that is. So you'll get an email say, hey, your post is live. Here it is. Check it out. Share it. So what happens here is you're going to share the heck out of this thing. You'll see some social share buttons for Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and I think Google Plus or Pinterest is on there. But you will share this as many times as possible. And I want you to tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, tell them to share it. All they have to do is go to your page, and they click one of those social share buttons, and you'll be able to see how many times that your page is being shared. So the winner is the person that gets the most shares. So from there, the person who wins this gets to work with me on that pitch makeover or construct their pitch. So let's have some fun with this. I really want you guys to get involved. If you are listening to this and you're like, well, this is not me, I don't need to be pitching, find someone that does and have them enter this contest. And I should state, and I'm pretty sure that since you guys are listening, then this is probably you, but this is for medical products. Anything medical device, medical technology, biotech, in vitro diagnostics, regular diagnostics. This is a life science product. So anything that falls in that realm is welcome in this pitch competition. Now, if you have an idea other than that, there's other pitch competitions out there for you, but these are the stipulations on mine. So again, the website to check out is imua-services.com/B-Day pitch, like a birthday pitch. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, I want to give you some tips on pitching. So some of these, now some of them may seem obvious, but other times they're not. And a good pitch has a lot more to it than people think. And so here's just some of them. I'm going to cover 5 of these today. So the first one is body language. Now, if you've ever been in a courtroom, or actually I haven't been in a courtroom, but I guess this example stands out in my mind because when I was in college, we had this special guest lecturer come to our class, and they were a body language expert. And one of the places they were often called was in the courtroom, and they could use specific clues to tell if people were telling the truth. So it's not just, a polygraph test that you hear about, but statistically, if you're in the courtroom and you're under oath and they have you hold up your hand, it's people that do not hold their hand fully straight. Maybe their hand is just relaxed when they hold it up. That's a sign that they might be lying. And if your hand is straight, like if you have your fingers apart, that's an indication of you have nothing to hide. So anyway, that's just a memory that I have. I remember that lady that came to talk to us was pretty cool. So there's body language when you're pitching too, and how you're presenting yourself, how confident you are, not only in your pitch, but in yourself too. So you need to display that confidence. You need to have that air of body language that people are comfortable with you. And maybe what you're saying is 100% true. And it's genuine, you really are passionate, but unless your body language is speaking that to others too, actions speak louder than words. So there's another cliche statement for you, but it is true. If you've ever interacted with someone, you can pick up on those emotional cues. All right, so the next one is your story. So everyone pitching needs to have a great story, and you need to work on this. So why would someone invest in you? So it's one thing to invest in a product, but you are driving that product along. So you really need to show the investors that, hey, you should be confident in investing in me, and here's why. And a lot of it goes back to that, the way you present yourself, the body language, the self-confidence. But of course, all the technical soundness of your idea, that does come into play. But you need to have that story to connect with people on an emotional level. So number 3, we need to be succinct. So we don't want to overload people with information. And especially this tends to happen when people are not coming from a business background. So if you're an engineer, if you're a scientist, that's your area of specialty. And that's awesome because the world needs people like you. However, it might be difficult for you to get up and pitch and talk about the business side of your science or of your technology. And that's natural. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to tie it up in a short way using layman's terms so that anyone can understand what you're talking about. And I'm not just picking on you guys that are engineers and scientists here, because even people that aren't can talk way longer than what they need to. So some college professors want you to write a 20-page paper and get your point across. And then I had others that would say, hey, I don't care. If you can communicate your point in a minute, then do that. That's better than 20 minutes. And you've probably had that example too recently. I guess a better example of that is an email that someone sends you. Would you rather have an email that's like 5 pages long, or would you rather have one that's 3 sentences long and they've communicated their point within those 3 sentences? So that's probably a more effective email. You're probably going to lose people if your email is 5 pages or long. So same thing in a pitch, get to the point quick. Fully communicate what it is that you want to communicate in a succinct manner. So now the fourth one, and I have to give credit to my colleague, the original shark from Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington, on this one. And that's a great podcast for you to listen to. Kevin and I wrote a book together called Put a Shark in Your Tank. If you haven't read that, you need to check it out. And it's a book about pitching. So it's a perfect segue into this. But anyway, we did a podcast interview together. It's episode 18. So if you go to my website and you search for episode 18 of Inspired by Imua, you can get Kevin's pitching points. But I'm just going to touch on a little bit about what he talks about. So he has 3 things. He says you need to tease them, you need to please them, and then you need to seize them. And what he means by this is that you're presenting a problem and you're kind of teasing them with this opportunity. And it is an opportunity. It's not, hey, I'm going to get up there and pitch. You got to think of, I'm giving people something. I'm giving investors the opportunity to hear about my technology, about what I'm up to, and they have the opportunity to invest in it, to make returns on their investment. So that's exactly what it is. And then you're going to please them. So you present the problem, you talk about what it is, then you show them, okay, here's how I have solved this, and here's why you should invest in me. The last part of that, the seizing part, is where you're actually closing the deal or leading up to, okay, now what's the next step? Putting the ball in their court. Oh, my throat's pretty dry. Okay, so that's number 4. Let's recap here. So the first one, body language. Second one, you need to have a great story. The third one, you want to be as succinct as possible, so no information overload. The fourth one, thanking Kevin Harrington for this one, the tease, please, then seize. The last one, the investors are your customers here. So what I mean by this is that, sure, you're building a product for someone else to use, but right now, what you don't need customers right now. You need investment. So therefore, the investors are your customers. You are selling yourself to the investors. So you want to focus on that. You probably heard that. I don't know what happened outside, but my dog just got incredibly hyper and started running around the room. Abby, what is going on out there? She sees something. I'll post a video up later of, we're actually in North Carolina. My husband's down here working for a few weeks and we're in a hotel. I don't know. She saw something run. Oh, there's a cat out there. Okay, so I'm going to go in the other room while she freaks out over the cat. And so I was recapping for you. And the last one I covered is that the investors are your customers. So yes, that's true. You want to tailor your pitch towards the investors. Okay, so now that you know those 5 tips on pitching, I do want you to be a part of my contest. And if you don't think you are the right fit for my contest, then please pass this along to someone that needs a pitch makeover or needs a pitch to begin with. And again, you can find that. It's imua-services.com/B-Day pitch. Now, my birthday is June 11th, and I'm celebrating it with you all by doing this contest. I want as many people involved as possible. I want to help as many people as possible. And that's what I want for my birthday this year. So hop on over there. I'd love to have you. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, you want to share this. That's how you're going to win. Getting your video up there, sharing your video as many times as possible. Alrighty, guys. So have a great rest of your day. And until the next episode, Imua.
Mahalo for joining us. If you're new to riding the waves of medical device product development, or if you've been in development for a while already, Inspired by Imua is here to surf with you. Want to be a master of the waves? Text HANG10, that's HANGTEN, to 44222. We'll send you the most common wipeouts companies make in product development so you can avoid them and reach master wave status. Again, that's HANG10 to 44222. We publish a new episode every Tuesday, so catch us at inspiredbyimua.com. Imua!